Okay, for this section, this starts dealing with slope and y-intercept, the slope-intercept form of a line and how to find slope. So you want to determine the slope and the y-intercept. Generally, to do that, you want to always get your line in slope-intercept form, which is your y equals mx plus b. M is your slope, B is your y-intercept. So if you get your the equation of a line in that form, you can always look at it and tell your slope and y-intercept. So for this first one here, it gives you an equation. So in order to get it in this form, what we need to do is solve for y. So I'm going to subtract 5x on both sides. So I'm going to have 3y is equal to negative 5x plus 6. And then I'm solving for y, so I'm going to divide by 3. So y is equal to, and I'm going to divide each piece by 3. Instead of writing this whole thing divided by 3. We'll just divide it separately because you want it to be mx plus b. So I'll divide this by 3 and this by 3. So I've got negative 5 divided by 3, which is just negative 5/3, you can leave it alone, x. And then 6 divided by 3 is 2. And for these, you don't want to use decimals either, because when you graph using this form, it tells you rise over run, so you prefer to have a fraction instead of a decimal. So for this one, the slope is the number in front of x, so my slope, m, is negative 5/3, and my y-intercept is the b here, and you can write y equals 2 if you want, or you can write it as an ordered pair 0, 2. It I don't care which way you write it. For the next part, you want to find the slope. I think this part gives you it gives you ordered pairs, and you want to use the slope formula. So we've got 4, negative 6, and negative 2, 1. So find the slope between two ordered pairs. That's using the slope formula. So for your slope, you've got the slope formula is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. That's the slope of a line going between x1, y1 and x2, y2. So use the slope formula, so basically just plug that in. So if you want to label this x1, y1 and x2, y2, that's fine. So to do the slope, you do y2 minus y1. So 1 minus, now you got to watch negatives, negative 6. It's always a subtraction in the formula, so it's 1 minus a negative, which actually comes positive. And then x2, negative 2, minus x1 is 4. So 1 minus negative 6 is 1 plus 6, which is 7. And negative 2 minus 4 is negative 6. So the slope is negative 7/6. Like I said, this tells you the rise, so it tells you up and down. So, and then this tells you the run, so this tells you left and right. You've got the ordered pairs. Find the slope between negative 1, 0 and negative 2, negative 2. So again, if you want to label, that's fine. And it doesn't matter if you call this one x1 and y1 and this one x2 and y2 or vice versa. You just have to make sure if you start with this ordered pair over here in the formula that you start with the same x on the denominator, otherwise it throws it off. So whichever one you start with, you can go the opposite way. You could have done negative 6 minus 1 over 4 minus negative 2. That's fine, but make sure you keep them together and you start with the same ordered pair both times. So y2 minus y1, so I've got negative 2 minus 0 divided by x2 minus x1, so negative 2 minus negative 1. So negative 2 minus 0 is negative 2. Negative 2 minus negative 1 is negative 2 plus 1, which is negative 1. And then negative 2 divided by negative 1 is positive 2. So that slope is positive 2. So there's a couple examples on how to use the slope formula.